Hey, all right, everybody. My name is Drew Van Zee. I'm a pain and movement coach, and I have a 12-week program that will show you how to find freedom from pain so you can confidently enjoy an active and adventurous life. And today I'm with my good friend and business associate of some sort, Allen Yagjian, and I will let him introduce himself, and then we could say what we're doing today.
All right, thanks, Drew. Yeah, my name is Allen Yagjian. I'm an ergonomic consultant, and the name of the company is Ergobility, and focus on helping prevent cumulative related disorders by, when you're working prolonged periods at your computer.
Awesome. So today, Alan and I have been talking with each other and thinking about what we could do that would be helpful for you guys if you were at home. And obviously, we've been living in a crazy situation for seems like forever now, a couple years, and people are working at home in settings that they're unfamiliar with and working in for long periods of time, and people have stress from their home office setup that is may not be set up properly, and people have stress from living in the world that we have now. So we thought we'd collaborate today for a brief video, hopefully less than 10 minutes, and Alan's going to show you the best way to set up your home office and desk and whatnot, and I will show you a couple unorthodox ways that you can relieve some of the built up tension you have and keep your body mobile and healthy. So I'll turn it over to Alan and he will give you a good breakdown, and then we'll ask him some questions, or I'll ask him some questions. All right, Alan, you're up, my man.
As you mentioned, Drew, yeah, stressors come from all angles, right? So yeah, you want to get set up properly to prevent, um, you know, uh, different things like pressure points on your soft tissues, also awkward postures, whether it's on your back, wrists, neck. And having that proper setup will really help protect you and shield you against these types of disorders that are really hard to battle once you've gotten to the point where it starts to hurt. So things to remember working at home are: you want your feet planted on and supported on something. You want to be sitting on a nice cushiony surface, chair. Hopefully you want to focus on a chair that has a lot of adjustability so that you can adjust it properly to you. Whether it's the depth of the seat pan, the horizontal part you're sitting on, to an adjustable lumbar support, and adjustable height of the chair. These are all going to be like things to help get that chair fitted to you properly, so that you get especially support at the lower half of your back, which is going to help promote your shoulders to stay wide and relaxed, and help your spine stay properly stacked while sitting. Now you want to pick a work surface that matches the bottom of your elbow height, whether you're sitting or standing. Depending on what shoes you're wearing or whatever, that might change a little bit. But essentially, each time you get situated, you want to adjust. You want to have your elbows directly underneath your shoulders, and then have that keyboard and mouse height match the bottom of your elbow height. And you also, want to be sitting in a chair that has a back to it. A lot of people think that, active sitting is the way to go, sitting on ball chairs, balls, yoga balls, and kneeling chairs. These are all like forms of active seating. But if you're working at a computer for 20-30 minutes, after that time, studies show that you're going to start to slouch and have improper back posture. So it's really important to have a back to the chair, and sit all the way back into the chair. Those are two really key concepts there. And take your breaks. Take quick micro breaks, those 1 to 2 minute breaks. I'm sure Drew's going to go over a couple of pointers there for you guys. To basically battle out those static postures that you're going to be having. There's a lot more to adjusting a workstation that I can go over in just 5 minutes. So, just things to think about is you want the top of the monitor at eye level, and you want to have your feet planted on the floor, and you want to almost be able to touch your display when you're sitting back into the back of the chair. So, those are just shaving the surface. I
Yeah,
really recommend
that's helpful.
that
That's
you
helpful.
go you go through these adjustments in a particular order, and get your guys' home workstation set up properly so that you can battle out all of the ergonomic risk factors, while working at a computer. So get get you
Feeling
that
good at home.
mobility, and get you moving, and
Yeah.
And staying healthy. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think we could spend a few more minutes. I think this is helpful for people. I wrote some notes down, so maybe I could just kind of go from my notes and run it by you again, just to see if this is what you're saying makes sense. So number one is thinking about having your feet planted on the floor, having a good cushion, good chair with lumbar support, thinking about the work surface and your elbow height, because your elbow height is going to help determine what the relationship your arm is to the mouse and to your keyboard. And what am I missing? You've got
Everything. Yeah. That's
eye
the
height with a monitor.
to the top of the monitor.
Top of the monitor. Eye height,
Right.
top of the monitor.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
then
there's a reason for everything, and there, and you don't have to know the reason for everything each time, but if you just follow step by step, any kind of guide, you can go on my website ergobility.com. There's step-by-step guides on how to get adjusted, working from home, as well as just a tips sheet that you can follow.
Okay. Awesome.
But yeah, a lot of times people struggle. They'll get one thing adjusted, and then something else might be off. For example, your elbow height doesn't match the top of the desk, right? Because your keyboard and mouse are on top of the desk. So you bring that chair up, but then now your feet are dangling. So what do you do?
Yeah, exactly.
Now you need a footrest, right? So simple things like that, but there's an order to everything, because then now your relative height of your monitor went down, so maybe you need to put something underneath your display. So things need to go in a certain order in order to get everything just adjusted correctly, and I think it's very worthwhile doing, because you're going to spend hours there at that computer, right?
Yeah, exactly.
People don't realize, I'm just going to sit down, use my laptop directly, and a lot of times they end up, hunched over, neck inflection, looking down.
Yeah, really. That's my situation. Got to keep my neck mobile.
Yeah, got to separate distance and height between your laptop display there from your keyboard and mouse. So that's another big one. Yeah.
Okay, great, Alan. And what's your website again?
Website's ergobility.com, and there you can find a little bit more about myself and the team. I am a certified professional ergonomist, a CPE with a master's in ergonomics from UC Davis. I specifically focus on the biomechanics. When I observe people working, from a third person's perspective, being a professional, understanding, people's habits and tendencies, I focus on adjusting their workstation and and prescribing equipment to essentially help discourage improper behaviors and techniques. So
I'll testify.
I'm not always coaching. Hey, I'm not slapping people on the wrist here. I'm basically I'm doing things and changing things around them and getting them fitted, sort of like getting a suit fitted, so that everything fits them and encourages better behaviors.
I'll testify. Alan gave me a ergonomics evaluation at this pseudo desk I've been working at for I don't know how long, and he definitely gave me some pointers which were not intuitive for me, but were totally helpful in reducing some of this chronic neck stiffness that I've been developing from not having a good setup. So I recommend him for sure. Okay. I think that's, any last words, or shall I move on?
No, let's hear something. Let's hear what you have to
My
say.
spiel.
Yeah.
Okay. Um,
Let's say somebody has one of these cumulative related disorders, or let's say, how can we prevent further, through, you know, activities that you might coach people on that that they can implement at their computer workstation at home.
okay.
That would be cool.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I prepared 3 different exercises or little drills that anyone can do very easy. And so when you think about it, we spend so much time in front of a screen, computer screen, cell phone, and everyone kind of develops this, this body posture. And one of the things that plays a big role in pain and movement, and we don't work properly, is our eyes and our visual system. So we're constantly kind of have our eyes converge and we're looking at something closely, computer screen. So one of the things I'm going to coach us through and the viewer is what I call a vision reset. So first thing we're going to do is palm our eyes.
Okay.
And what I want you to do is just cup your hands over your eyeballs and make sure that no light is getting in.
Okay.
I just want you to breathe and relax, and don't put any pressure on your eyeballs themselves, but just remove any light and pay attention if you see any stars or
Is it okay to kind of tilt our head down?
Sure, you can do whatever you want.
Okay, as long
whatever
as
you like.
block off all the light.
And do this for 15 to 30 seconds, and then you can remove your palms. And then what I want you to do now is you're going to take your 2 fingers and you're basically going to give a gentle massage on your eye socket, right underneath your eyeballs, right underneath, and just out to the side laterally. And not too much pressure, just a gentle massage. And then you're going to take your thumbs and just go underneath here and pay attention if you feel like there's any tightness or pain. Now that you've done that, you're going to take these 2 fingers again and you're gently going to massage your eyeballs.
Okay.
Little eyeball massage. And then you go the other direction.
Okay.
There you go, both directions.
Yeah, you want to sanitize your hands.
There you go. There you go. Sanitize your hands. All right.
Wash them before you do that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, now I want you to blink rapidly. So what you're doing there is just kind of lubricating your eyes. So that's what we call a vision reset. And so you could do this a couple of times a day. Give yourself a break after you've been looking at your computer for a while and before you go to bed. And the next thing we're going to do is stimulate your vestibular system, which is your inner ear. And that provides your brain with a lot of information about your body. And it's something that's not stimulated when you're sitting on a chair working behind your computer all day. So what I want you to do is you could grab a pen and you're going to extend the pen out in front of you about eye level. And what I want you to do is keep your eyes on the tip of the pen, and you're going to rotate your head side to side.
Okay, got it.
Rotate your head side to side and make sure you're not tilting, but it's kind of like your chin is on a table. Tall spine, make sure you're breathing. So horizontally 10 times, and then you're going to do top to bottom. Again, make sure you're breathing. Keep your eyes on the tip of the pen. You're going to do that 10 times. So this activates, again, the inner ear, which is really important for giving good signals to your brain, and your brain governs how well you move. All right, 2 quick little drills, eyes and ears. And now last but not least, we're going to do some mobility for your thoracic spine.
Okay.
And I'm going to demonstrate by going this way. So I'm going to pull my knee up towards my chest. And what I want you to do is try to relax your body, relax the shoulders, and I want you to pull your chest forward.
All right.
Inhale, and then I want you to exhale as your chest goes back. Inhale as you pull your chest forward. There you go, big bird chest, and then exhale, relax. And it's kind of like you're trying to push your thoracic spine behind you. Pulling forward, big inhale, big exhale, going back. And you can just kind of work this 5 to 10 times. And the idea is that we're mobilizing your thoracic spine, because usually you're like this, right? Unless you have a good ergonomic setup. And those are 3 very simple drills, basic, easy to do, and you can do them multiple times throughout the day when you're stressed, and just to make sure that your body systems are getting a break and getting some of the movement that they need. And so we'll kind of type this up so you have the instructions. But those are easy to do, and hopefully I think helpful for everybody. I don't know if you have any questions for me on any of that or anything else for that matter.
No, that was great. Maybe I'm thinking it also kind of helps to kind of sit a little bit forward in the chair when you're getting ready to, like, put your arm around your leg.
Yeah, exactly. Sit at the front of your chair.
A lot easier.
Yeah.
But how often and should we be doing that, and for how long? And how many times a day?
If you could do this series of 3 exercises, 2 to 3 times a day, that would be a lot better than probably what you're doing now. If you were to take a break from your computer for a minute or so, every hour, that would be great. And I should have said to start with, but before you do these series of exercises, stand up, touch your toes, stretch, and kind of check in with your body, assess how you're feeling, tight, pain, whatever, and then run through the series of exercises, and then reassess whatever you'd like to afterwards. And you should feel more mobile and less pain.
Maybe tell us a little bit about the vestibular system and why that might get thrown off when you're working at a computer.
Yeah, well, your vestibular system is like your brain's GPS, and it tells you tells your brain kind of where you are in space, and it needs to be stimulated in order for your brain to kind of get that good, healthy information. And the better information that your brain gets, the less pain you have, and the more able you are to move freely. And when you're sitting here looking at a screen, your eyes are only doing kind of one task. So you're kind of doing like an isometric exercise with your eyeballs, if you think about it, because your eyes are just fixated on looking internally. So that's one thing. So your eyes have to have a break. And then for your vestibular system, you have different chambers and canals in your ear that need to be stimulated in different directions to give your brain good information about where you are. But if you're just sitting down looking at a screen, that system isn't working, right? It's not getting any action, and your body likes action and movement. So yeah.
Great. Yeah, I'm definitely a proponent for taking breaks. You want to, do those eye breaks, do breaks that, and stretches during your breaks that discourage certain static postures and awkward postures that put you more into that fetal position. So any stretches that help open up the chest and help the spine kind of go into more extension, usually, and neck retraction rather than protraction all day. Are great exercises. And just what I tell folks as well is to just stay hydrated, maybe go grab a drink of water too during your breaks. So those are all things to think about. And actually staying hydrated, it's really important for muscle recovery and also for your inner ear as well.
Yeah.
And balance and all of that. So yeah, that's my.
That could be our next video. That could be our next video.
Make another video. That's
good.
good.
All right, right on. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys out there, the viewing audience, how to get your desk set up so you can put your body in the best position possible to work for a good amount of time. And Allen will provide the link to his website where you could get some more information on how to assess your desk at home. And I'll provide the information that you could do these exercises for yourself at home or at your office. And yeah, if you need any help setting up your desk, or if you have any pain and need help with other mobility things, reach out to us. And hopefully you guys found this helpful, our collaboration, and I think we'll do it again. What do you think?
Awesome. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, right on. All right, Allen.
All right. Thanks.
Okay, take care.